Mic test, mic test.
You're frozen.
Oh, am I frozen?
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Greetings, adventurers and stargazers. How's it going? Today, I'm joined by Uki, and we're gonna be talking about love and dating advice based on submissions that you guys have sent in. There were a lot of submissions.
Yeah,
So
I heard.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can get around to do it all of them. But we'll try. I try to pick out quite a lot of the interesting ones. There are a lot of ones similar enough, so hopefully by answering one, we can kind of answer quite a few at the same time. But Ikibi, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello everyone, I'm Violeta from NIJISANJI Ian's 5th Wave Noctics. Thank you for having me and inviting me, and everyone for submitting stuff. I'll do my best.
And a quick introduction, I am Otis Zen Doji, your true blue Oni of First Stage Production Ian's 2nd generation Ravenous. Welcome guys, welcome. Alright, but yes, we have a bunch of marshmallow questions that we will kind of go through. We're gonna give our best thoughts and opinions. Once again, this isn't professional advice, guys. This is us just trying to be helpful as much as we can. But I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Do you have much love experience?
Yeah, I would say I have, as an Oni who's lived 9,000 years.
True.
I feel like I've had a bit of experience here and there.
That's fair. I've had some.
Oh, what about you? Yes, had some? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see if I can be of any help.
Of course you can. I'm 100% certain.
Oh yeah, I put the hashtag that you told me for like the two of us. I just put it on the screen because there's like a section for it here, so I didn't want to leave it blank.
That's so cute. I have it in my title.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I thought of a cute name. Hashtag psionic guys. As well.
Yeah, so cute. Okay. Sorry, right. I'm like sniffly so much.
That's alright. That's okay. Alright. I guess we'll go, like, I'll read the first one, then you read the second one, so on and so forth.
Okay.
For the questions. But for the first question, as someone who's really shy, how do I go about telling someone I like them? I'm usually just someone that says they don't like me back and try to move on.
Who wants to go first?
I think maybe so that we're not trying to figure out who goes first and second every time. If I read the question, then you go first. But if you read the question, then I answer first.
Okay. How do I go? Ooh. I'm also, well, I used to be a lot more shy when I was trying to tell somebody that I liked them. Now I'm just kind of like, the worst thing that could happen is just that the feeling isn't mutual, and if it's like that, then you can just move on with your life. But I would probably I think being honest is always the best. And if you're close with this person, then something like this maybe you can talk about and try not to make it too like, I don't want to say like too big of a deal, but just like, because I know some people are afraid of having stuff like that affect their relationships or like their friendship with someone. But if you're like real close friends, then you know it's something that you should be able to talk about and move past if the feeling isn't mutual. Yeah.
All right.
and you never know until you ask or until you say it. So, you know.
Very true.
I mean, I always think about like how these people probably don't even like me, but whatever. And even if I think that, I'm just like, well, I don't know until I ask. Or if I randomly need validation, then I can be like, do you guys actually like me, or
well, I like you, Uki.
Yay, I like you too.
Aw.
Sorry, you're too tall, but I'm here.
It's okay, I'm right here. Alright, as someone who's really shy, how do I go about telling someone I like them? For me, I guess it depends. I wouldn't really call myself a shy person. I am introverted, but maybe I wouldn't say I'm shy. But at the same time, how I go about things as well is if I want to tell someone I like them, I try to get close to someone first. You know, a lot of times you can also like just by deepening your friendship or just getting closer just as friends even first, you can kind of most of the time get the vibe or feel of how the other person acts around you as well. You know, sometimes maybe the other person might feel, you know, they might reciprocate your actions or your feelings. But by the time I'm gonna tell somebody that I like them, I generally have a good idea of their likes or like generally their vibe as well. So I'd say I'm not the type of person, you know how I know there's people like, okay, you start to like someone, so you confess out of the blue to someone without getting too close because you want to be closer to them. For me, it's more like become friends first, get to know each other, and then from there, escalate things, I guess. So, I would say that if you're shy, maybe try go into the relationship or friendship without the expectation of a relationship first and see how they act around you. And if you feel like they're kind of reciprocating your actions or feelings, then you get a better idea if they like you or not. I mean, once again, you never know until you ask, but you can get a more educated guess, I guess, if you get to know someone more before you just ask them out.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think at the end of the day, it's always gonna be that kind of nervous, tricky thing to do. But you know, as long as you do it tactfully, most of the time it shouldn't even affect the relationship. Like if you say you like someone, you know, if you do it, hopefully, if you know, you're good enough friends with that person, it shouldn't really affect healthy relationship where if they don't find, if they don't have the same feelings, because you've already built that friendship, you still have something to fall back on. Whereas I know a lot of people, they kind of like, without building the friendship first, they try get into a relationship, but then there's nothing to fall back on after that, which is kind of why sometimes things get awkward or things are kind of, people drift apart because they don't have that connection there. But yeah. As scary as it is for someone who's shy, sometimes, I think take the right steps, make friends, and then hopefully it gets well from there.
Yeah.
All right.
Read the room.
There we go. Read the room. Wise words from Uki.
Sometimes it's hard to learn how to read the room, but
mm-hmm. All right. Okay. You want to go to the second one?
Yeah. Number 2. There we go. Okay.
All
right. I need advice. I've been dating someone for almost 3 months, but I don't know if I feel any romantic attraction, not just to him, but also not to anybody at all. How should I go about this?
Okay. For this one, I feel like, first of all, it's completely fine if you don't experience any romantic attraction to anybody. But if you are in a relationship, I think it's very important to be open and honest about that as well. Because, maybe they potentially feel the same way, or maybe they're looking for something else. And maybe it could be better just to keep as a friendship, or maybe you can work something out. But, once again, nothing wrong with that. But I think in those situations, definitely good to be honest so that you can try work things out or try figure out a solution rather than keeping it to yourself. That would be my only advice there.
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, you may consider that you might be aromantic, but that's, like you said, something that you should be able to talk to the other person about since you're in a relationship currently. Whether there's a way to work around it, or if, at the end of the day, it doesn't really work out for the two of you. I think one of the top things to think about in any relationship is communication. I think over communication is better than no communication.
1000% agree.
Yeah, so something like this, especially if it's something, if it's affecting your relationship with someone, you should be able to talk about it. And you don't want to wait and leave it to fester inside of you and try to make compromises at the expense of your own self, because then what happens is over time you're going to build resentment, and then that resentment will bubble up and become something even worse later on. So it's better to address things like this as soon as possible, especially if it has to do with the way you express love, affection, and all of that stuff.
100% agree.
Yeah, don't be scared to talk about it.
Communication is most probably the most important thing. At least one of the most important things in a relationship. Definitely because, relationship means that there's more than one person. you do need to communicate, guys.
Yes. You have frozen again.
Oh,
There you
is
are.
it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go. I will also just heart the ones that we've done so that we don't forget where we are.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit.
Hmm?
I gotta, like, adjust the sizes. Some of them are too big and too small.
Oh.
Okay. Next one?
All right. Next one. All right. Mr. Ani and Uki. If I got no riz, what do I do? Teach me your riz, please, I beg. Feel free to practice on one another, wink wink.
I love the cow emoji. Honestly, I don't even know how to answer this because learning how to flirt with someone is not something that I ever sought after or like tried to learn how to do. It just was like, I think it mostly just has to do with how clever you are and how I guess how witty you are and how much you can how do I guess maybe if you compare the situation to a comedian and how they always have to be ready to react to something, and like if they have somebody in the crowd, if they're doing crowd work, or if they have somebody who's like heckling them, knowing how to respond in a clever, concise way that's effective, I think is similar to flirting, because you're in a situation and you're reacting to what you're seeing or experiencing and feeling, and if it comes out clever and concise and if it's effective, then that's probably flirting.
Yeah. I think so.
I just say stuff.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is just us saying stuff, right? Just our opinion. It doesn't have to be right or wrong.
Yeah.
But I agree.
I can't force it. Like if someone puts me on the spot, I can't just look at you and be like, hey, you come here often?
Yes, I think it's important to point out, especially with the whole Riz kind of thing, even if you have quote unquote the most Riz in the world, certain one person's way of Rizzing someone, you know, it might work 1,000% effective on somebody, but to the next person over, it might not work at all on them. It's not something where you can it's like a general thing that you can just apply to every single person. I think in terms of if you do want to riz someone, it is definitely based on the individual as well that you're trying to riz. You know, you can make the same kind of general pickup lines or whatever it is, but most of the time it's not gonna work the same just because you keep using it on everyone, or just because it worked once doesn't mean everyone's gonna react the same way to it as well. I don't think Riz is something you can, once again, I agree with Vicky, I don't think you can really teach it, but I think it's more, I guess, has more to do with a bit more confidence and also understanding who you're talking to. You know, because everyone responds differently to different things. So just because it works on one person doesn't mean it works on another. So you can't really teach Riz besides just be confident, I guess. And I would say try not to be too serious about things as well. If you're trying to, like, you know, make someone laugh or trying to flirt with someone, you know, just have fun with it, question mark.
Yeah, I think it comes with confidence and experience.
Mm-hmm.
The more experience you have, the easier it will become. And it will, it'll start to come naturally.
Uh-huh. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I was trying to flirt with Uki, it'd be very different to because I know Uki a bit more now. It'd be very different to if I was trying to flirt with someone else as well. It's, you know, depends on the person.
Yeah. Everything should be organic and should come naturally, just like the way I feel about you.
Aw. Well, that's working on me.
Yeah.
It's kind of okay, this is kind of reminding me slightly of when we were in Japan. When we're in, you know, the what was it? The sushi place with Nayu and Lem as well. You know, oh, I mean, all of us were kind of flirting and just being us.
True.
But you know, one of the things I did before was you know, I because I was looking at Uki's nails, they were very, very pretty. You know, obviously, you know, don't do this to a stranger, guys. But you know, I was looking at Uki's nails. I was like, you know, gave him a compliment, and then, you know, picked up his hand, and then you know, was just looking at his nails. And after that, I was like, I can't remember exactly what I said. we're a bit wild in that sushi booth there. But did you give it a kiss? No, I did not kiss his hand. Maybe I should have. Maybe next time.
Yeah, next time. But it was nice holding hands.
You know, and then afterward, I was like, Uki, you can feel my heartbeat. Since I had his hand, I was holding his hand anyway. So I put his to my left pec, and then just started what's the term for it? Like flexing my pec. But you know, that's obviously that's not gonna work on everyone. That's just between me and Uki. But it's more like you just do what feels natural between the interaction. You don't try to do the same thing to anyone else, because I'm pretty sure that, you know, I never did that with anyone else. That was just between me and Uki. But you know, I will try Riz the boys different ways depending on them.
Yeah, you're pretty good at
that
it.
Was but that was kind of, you know, just between me and Uki. That's what we did.
You know how to get me. Barely have to do anything, actually.
it's I put in a lot of the pre-work for it, I went to the gym, I learned a lot of life lessons.
It's true.
So maybe I might not have to do so much now, but to get to the point, I had to do a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm working on it.
What are you talking about? You're gorgeous. All right. Okay, next question. All right. Am I reading this one? Or are you reading
honest,
this
I
one?
don't remember.
Wait, 1, 2. Oh no, you're reading this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, Altus and Uki. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks. Here's my question. Do you have any advice for asking out someone of the same gender? Unfortunately, I didn't discover myself until later in life, so I never had that trial and error period. Now, as I'm in my early 20s, I feel like a fish out of water trying to navigate my romance life. I've hit this massive brick wall of falling for straight women to the point where I'm starting to fear putting myself out there. My gaydar is in shambles, and there have been a few times where the other person has even expressed slight disgust at my inclinations. Is it a me problem, or am I just severely unlucky? Is there a way I can avoid this? Any advice is appreciated. Thanks so much for doing this. Sincerely, a Rizless lesbian.
Right, I guess my turn to answer first. All right, just to preface, for me, I would consider myself bi or pan. So I'm answering from this point of view. But for me, I guess one of the things, okay, all right, how do I answer this?
There's a lot of parts.
There's definitely a lot of parts, but I guess, okay, my answer is not, I'm not sure how helpful it's gonna be, but for me personally, I've always had the kind of mindset of working on yourself to become kind of like the best version possible of yourself, so that you kind of attract what you want, or you kind of I guess you don't always have to be doing the chasing. So for me, like, especially say for when there was guys I was interested in, for me, I'm very open. Like, if someone asks, everyone would know. I don't really mind either way. I'm if I'm attracted to someone, I'm attracted to them. Doesn't matter of their gender. So I think most people kind of know that. So going into it, it's kind of like once again, if say if a guy is starting to hit on me, or like I can tell they're kind of into me, then okay, this is kind of like the opposite though. It's I'm trying to figure out a way to give advice on this rather than saying just let people come to you, because I'm not sure how helpful that is. But maybe also I'm not sure how open you are with saying, in this example, that you are a lesbian. But I guess if other women know from the very start, then I guess you can kind of see who is kind of more if anyone is this is tricky to add.
Okay, you can take your time, or if you want me to go first, or like.
All right, if you yeah, if you want to I guess, you know, it doesn't have to be one after that. We can kind of go at the same time if you have anything.
Let me start by saying, girl, I feel you. Oh my god. I've talked about it before on my streams where when you are in an unrequited love and you've fallen for a straight person, life gets tough. It gets tough in your heart, in your head. But something that you said I also agree with is just like, you don't always have to do chasing. I know that you in your question you talk about fear of putting yourself out there, but I don't know if you've tried yet, like what Alti was talking about with law of attraction, where you just keep working on yourself to become the best version of yourself, and eventually someone will meet you there and will meet you along the way at the right timing, because you'll attract what you want and what you'll attract the same things that you're working on yourself with. Gaydar, unfortunately, I think is something that you just have to develop naturally, because sometimes it's hard to tell, and you don't always want to assume, so it's kind of another thing where you don't know until you ask. And as long as if you're being a good person and just like not being creepy, you know, if somebody is expressing a little bit of disgust, you know, that's on them. That's not on you, unless if you are actually being creepy, then you may want to change your methods. But that will just happen, you know. Sometimes there will be people that maybe like this. One time, a very, very, very long time ago, maybe, I don't even remember, maybe I was in like high school or something, but there was a situation where like this guy was treating me very well and they were very nice to me, and we texted often and stuff like that. And then eventually, I guess I expressed a little bit of interest. And after that, he immediately became distant and started to avoid me and started talking about me to my friends.
Aww.
So the unfortunate thing is that stuff like that will happen. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that, you know, it gets easier or it gets better, because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And you know, some people may be cool with it and be like, oh, I feel flattered or whatever, and some people might be like, what the fuck, I'm not interested in this. But that's just how it goes, and that's why I think the best thing to do is to work on yourself in order to attract the things that you want to attract. And maybe once in a while you can put yourself out there and, like, you know, try to go to an event or something, or a meetup, or one of those meetup things where like-minded people gather, and that way you all know that you have the same hobby, and then, you know, if you see someone and stuff kindles, then maybe something will happen. I don't think you're severely unlucky. It's just life.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you said. The other thing as well is they said that they're in their early 20s. You still have a lot of time. You don't have to rush things. Early
Yes.
20s, you're still very young. You don't have to worry. You can take it easy. I know a lot of people, they say they enter uni or they just graduate or something, and they think that they have to have everything figured out. They have to get a relationship and everything. But honestly, taking the time to work on yourself and knowing that you actually do have a lot more time than you think, and instead of trying to chase things that you're unsure of, like Uki was saying as well, if you take a bit of time to yourself to improve yourself, to become what you think would be the ideal version of yourself, whatever that may look like, then I think you're gonna have a lot better chance of not, maybe you don't have to chase anymore. You can be maybe you will be chased instead, and therefore you don't have to worry about your gator working. It will just be on others, and especially if you're open about it, then hopefully you can attract what you're looking for as well, by becoming, something that you're happy and confident in.
Yeah. Someone in my chat also says something very useful. Surrounding yourself with queer people will help. If you don't have a lot of queer friends, then try to make some, because these people will understand you the most.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes it can be hard, but that's why all my friends are on the internet.
I 100% agree as well. It's always good to find like-minded people as well, because they will understand you, or at least parts of you, the most as well.
Yeah.
And also just know that a lot of times when you're attracted to someone at first as well, obviously before you get to know someone, any kind of attraction you feel to someone at first, at least, is going to be somewhat just surface level. So if you find that you are slightly attracted to someone and they you try to get close to them and they give you some kind of express disgust or anything, just realize that it's, first of all, screw them. Second of all, it's no big loss in your part. There's a lot of people in the world, like they say, there's many fishes in the ocean. And just because, unfortunately, if you had the unfortunate experience of dealing with some not so savory people, it doesn't mean that everyone's like that. But I think what Uki said as well is very important as well. You also do have to be kind of realistic or truthful to yourself as well about, for your method of approach as well. If you weren't creepy at all and you're just being genuine and straightforward, then that's on them. But also reflect on how, if there is disgust as well, just make sure as well that it's not because of your approach. Because sometimes, different approaches can affect people differently as well. But once again, if you feel like you're not doing anything wrong, then and they act like that, then that's on them.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next question.
I'm joking on something. Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Oh no, I think I need mouth to mouth.
Oh. Well. Yeah. Just.
Sorry, time to end the stream.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back. I gotta resuscitate Uki. I gotta save him. I can save him. Okay.
Your turn to read.
All right. Hello, Dr. Zendoji and Dr. Violeta. I'm so glad that I could finally have an appointment. You see, I've been suffering from the sickness called I've never had a partner in my life because I'm too conscious and reserved. Sometimes I'd like to put myself in the market out there, but it's kind of scary when there's so much on the menu already and I'm not even part of the dessert section. I'd like to know if this sickness will end up being a chronic one or if there's a cure for it. In that case, any tips on how to put yourself out there?
Wow, this person is very good at writing. I like the analogies. You did a great job. Maybe you should write poetry. A lot of my answer to a lot of things and a lot of love related things is to work on yourself, because that's something that will never stop in your life. But putting yourself out there, I think mostly just has to do with having confidence in different parts of you or different aspects of you. And you can start slow, maybe having confidence in the way that you, like, I guess superficially, if you want to be like I like my own style, I think it's pretty good, then that's like one step of being confident in your style and kind of dressing however you like, and people will notice that confidence. Confidence in different hobbies that you have, being able to show your skill set to people. You're kind of like, I think putting yourself out there is a lot to do with just like kind of showing the goods. And I don't mean that in, like your body or anything, just like what you have to offer, in terms of like, these are the parts of me that I think are great. And if you don't want to explore or check it out, then you're missing out on what I got. And I kind of feel you when you say that there's a lot on the menu, and well, you don't really know if you're part of the dessert section. Sometimes you are, but you just don't realize. Just to a lot of people, you might be on the dessert section. You don't know if you're not on the dessert section for certain people because you can't read their mind. But you might be on the dessert section for someone else. So just remember, not everyone thinks the same way. Don't discount yourself from the beginning, because then you're setting yourself up for failure. You gotta maybe do like a daily affirmations thing and look in the mirror, or tell yourself, the good qualities of you, or maybe just or maybe just look in the mirror and be like, this person looking at me is a bad bitch, and I can get someone if I wanted to. Yeah. Be more confident.
Yeah.
Everyone has something.
Yeah. 100% agree with when you said that. You know, just because you might not be on someone's dessert menu doesn't mean you're not on someone else's. You know, there's no accounting for taste. Everyone's taste preferences is all different. You know, just because two people look similar doesn't mean they're gonna have the same kind of taste either. You know, it kind of reminds me of back a very long time ago, when I used to be a personal trainer. You know, there was a bunch of other trainers as well. You know, it's all, you know, a bunch of hot fit guys. But at the same time, you know, I remember, you know, all of our, I guess, you know, all of our tastes, all of our what preferences for like who people would want to date and everything were very, very different, vastly different. You know, you might see a bunch of you know, PTs and be like, oh, they all, you know, if one of them like a specific preference or type, maybe all of them, you know, if you hear one of them like something, then you might think, okay, all of them like the exact same thing because they're all kind of the same. But it's very, very different, you know. You never know, just because, you know, one person that you might be interested in doesn't like a certain thing doesn't mean there's not 1,000 people out there that are just as good that aren't into whatever it is as well. So you know, you never know. Everyone's taste and preferences are different. So just because you're not on one dessert menu doesn't mean you're not on someone else's.
Yeah. Maybe it's also making me think about, well, is this TMI? On a certain gay app, you know, people usually have the same preferences of the type of body and things that they're looking for, and I'm gonna be straight up, I'm not one of those things. I'm not a lot of those things, actually. And so I naturally just think, you know, I'm probably not on the menu, period. But I am reminded that sometimes I am on the menu if it's the right person, because somebody somewhere reached out to me, and you know, I feel kind of like pathetic for having that conversation with him, because they kept wanting to meet up, but I kept telling them, like, are you sure? I kept asking, like, are you sure this is what you want? Or like, I just want you to know what you're getting into before you see me, and stuff like that. And it was fine at the end. So I know how you feel, but there's always gonna be someone somewhere, not just one person, even just like you know, a lot of people who have you on the menu and on the dessert section, so don't worry. It will happen.
I agree. And I think just to add to this, reading the question again, they've never had a partner in their life. At the same time, I would say it's okay not to have a partner. It's okay to be single for a while. It's okay to just be content with yourself or work on yourself. You don't have to, you know, even if you feel like, you know, I guess it's best not to try rush into a relationship just because you think you should be in a relationship rather than because, you know, you feel like that's what you really want. A lot of people are kind of scared of just being single forever, so they'll kind of settle for anything. And from my experience and seeing, you know, hearing a lot of people, my friends and other people that I've heard talk about relationships, a lot of times I can tell you, working on yourself and being single a lot of times can be much better than getting into the wrong relationship, because you know, that can lead to a lot of trauma and a lot of other things. So don't rush these things, guys. There's you know, you may want a relationship, but just lowering your standards or just rushing into one isn't always the answer. That can lead to some bad results as well. So take care of yourselves first as well.
That's so good. It's better to be single and working on yourself than to get into the wrong relationship. Remember that, guys. Everyone, drill it in. Drill it in.
Write that down.
If you ever feel like, oh, like I'm tired of waiting or shit like that, remember this phrase. Drill it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've known a lot of friends as well that like, or people in general that like, you know, they get out of one relationship and they go straight into the next one just because they're so scared of being single, they're so scared of being alone that, you know, and a lot of times because they never take the time to work on themselves or reflect on anything, the process kind of repeats itself very often. So, you know.
Yeah, don't get stuck in the cycle.
I'll say one thing about working on yourself and trying to be a better version of yourself. Don't be afraid to improve yourself. I know sometimes people are like, oh, but you know, I want people to accept me the way I am and everything, which is definitely valid and fair. But there's nothing wrong with trying to become a better person of yourself. If you're trying to improve, the only thing is, the advice is I would give isn't like, you know, a lot of people say just be yourself. But I would say just don't compromise yourself if you're trying to improve. You know, don't compromise your values, don't compromise yourself. But beside that, you know, work on yourself and feel free to improve. So like, if there's something that you don't like, but you know, all the quote unquote popular people are doing it, then if you're trying to work on yourself, don't do that. If you don't like it, don't feel forced to like improve in that way. You can improve on 1,000 different things about yourself. And as long as you're not compromising your own values or yourself, then I think it's always a good thing to try keep improving, because we never stop having the chance to improve for our whole lives, I guess.
Yes. So true. Yes, you will become hotter by working on yourself more.
Yes,
Exactly.
and that's not just physical as well. You can, by working on yourself, just having a hobby, having a passion, having something you're confident or like passionate about, that can also be make you appear hotter as well. It's not all about physical appearance as well.
Yes. Should we move on to the next one?
All right. Yeah. Next one.
Am I reading it or I forgot?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on not having a significant other / having no interest in finding a significant other as an adult? To maybe add context, I've only ever had one boyfriend a few years ago, and that relationship only lasted a few months. I think I was and still am insecure about a lot of things to feel confident about getting to know someone on a deeply emotional level. I like the idea of having a romantic partner, but I think inexperience and lack of self-confidence turns me away from dating.
Okay, let's break this down into a few parts. Let's see. Okay, first of all, I guess for this as well, you have to I guess you have to answer the question yourself on, do you have no interest in finding a significant other, or is it you're scared of finding a significant other? Because those are two very different things. If you have no interest and you're fine to be by yourself, that is perfectly fine as well. If you're okay and you don't see the need to be in a relationship, that is 100% valid. But that's very different to you feeling a bit insecure and being scared of finding a romantic partner, because that's a completely different thing. You know, sometimes they may feel the same because, in a way, sometimes people's response to being too scared is saying, you know what? Instead of being scared, I'm just going to tell myself that I'm not interested at all. That way, I don't have to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the previous one about working. I think this is going to be like the main theme of this as well, is kind of working on yourself. A lot of times people would say they lack the confidence in a relationship. It's because for you personally, a lot of times people feel like they don't know what they have to offer. They don't know what the good things about themselves are. And I think that's something that you should definitely ask yourself and, you know, understand. Everyone has good points about them, and there's things that you can work on to make them even better, or things that, you know, you might find are your weak points. You can work on them and make them strengths as well. I think a lot of times people aren't confident in finding a partner because they're kind of scared that they have nothing to give, that they don't know what is they have to offer. And I think that's kind of like, once again, working on yourself, reflecting and realizing that everyone is an amazing person. Well, has the potential, I should say. Not everyone's an amazing person. Everyone has the potential to be an amazing person.
Yeah.
If you are, you know, if you really do sit down, reflect, and work on yourself, then you start to see that, hey, maybe I'm really good at this, and maybe I'm really good at doing this thing in particular. You know, you don't have to have every single skill set there is, but, you know, having some strengths may be like, hey, you know, you might find that, hey, I'm really good at cooking and I like cooking for people. I love seeing the expression on people's faces when they try the food I make. Or it could be, you know, any kind of thing like that where you start to reflect and see the good things that you can do yourself. It'll make you more confident as a person, and hopefully that will also give you the confidence to not feel like you're lacking if you're trying to get into a relationship.
Agree. Yeah. What can I add to that? I would say that in terms of getting to know someone on a deeply emotional level, it doesn't always have to be with the romantic interest. It can just be a normal relation. It can just be with a close friend, you know? It doesn't always have to be like, oh, just because I'm deeply emotionally involved with this person doesn't mean that, oh, I gotta like get into a relationship with them. There's close friends that, you know, just know each other that well, and that's okay too. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. But if it ends up that way naturally, then, you know, that's cool too. But just remember that, you know, you don't have to have a romantic partner in order to have a deep emotional connection with somebody.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. And like what you said in the beginning, maybe explore what you really mean, because it's either you know, it's either you have no interest or you're scared. So it's better to figure that out first as, like, I guess, step one, and that will branch out into other things that you can explore within yourself.
Yeah. I 100%, 1,000% agree with you on you can with the whole friendship thing as well, you can find friends that you can become very close with. You know, not every deep level of emotion has to be shared with just that one person. The person you're in a relationship with. There's a lot of people. You can have friends that can get to know you on a very personal level, and are there to support you, and those can be some of the most fulfilling friendships as well. Not everything has to be a relationship, and it's definitely good when you don't view every person as a potential relationship. Sometimes if it happens, it happens, but sometimes just having people there that get you, that understand you, that you just know you're comfortable with, and there's no pressure at all, that can be some of the best friendships. I guess that is a sort of relationship, just not the one we're thinking about. But those can be kind of the best things for you as well, that can definitely help you feel fulfilled even without a quote-unquote partner, romantic partner.
Yeah.
All right, for these ones, I think if you read one, I'll mark it with a purple heart.
Okay.
We kind of know as well. All right, next one. All right. I'm a girl with very little confidence in my appearance. I don't think I'm repulsive or anything, but I'm not pretty or thin and don't fit the high beauty standard of my country. I like to find a partner, but my self-loathing is holding me back. My personality is fine, but no one would take interest in my looks first, and I know it. Is online dating first the better option? How can I make myself feel confident enough to look for a partner when I feel convinced that no one will ever be interested in me? Thank you for doing this. Love you guys.
Oh my god. Everyone is so relatable. I can relate to everybody. um the struggle of self-image and living in a place where the beauty standard is unrealistic, I feel like a lot of people can universally relate with, and everyone deals with it differently. Obviously, to find a partner, you don't have to fit any standard like that. And you shouldn't have to. And you shouldn't have to think about that as like even a potential reason why you don't have one. I think you're on a pretty good road because you know that, you don't think that you yourself are, like you said, repulsive or anything. And you also know that your personality is fine. So I think this is another situation of just trying to keep doing what you're doing, and you will eventually attract what needs to be attracted to you, or what things will come naturally as long as you just keep doing what you're doing and being comfortable with yourself and being comfortable in your own skin and your personality. Someone will see that and see that someone will see that you're good and will notice that and want to be part of that. I'm just thinking about the high beauty standard thing, because I think about that all the time. Guys, don't be like me where you sometimes think that you should work on yourself in order to obtain somebody that, since maybe this is getting too personal now, but the whole like feeling that you're not part of this high beauty standard and wanting to work on yourself to get there is not a good mindset to have. You should work on yourself in order to better yourself for yourself and not for anybody else. Unfortunately, I need to practice what I preach because I do not do that. And so I think that you should keep doing what you're doing because you're going in the right direction. You're definitely steps ahead of a lot of people. You're steps ahead of me too.
Mhm.
So keep doing what you're doing. Somebody will see it, and somebody will want to be part of that. Yeah.
Yes, I think it is very important to clarify that. Don't, on this journey of self-improvement as well, if possible, try do it for yourself rather than like a specific someone and trying to fit into their standard of what you think that they would like. I mean, personally for me, when I started going to the gym, when I started trying to improve myself as well, I didn't really have a specific person in mind. It's like, oh, I want to try and impress them, or I want to try do this or that. It's more, I guess in my own mind, I was thinking kind of like, if I wanted to be just, if there was a version of me that I would be the most happy with, what would it kind of look like? What, how would it be? And it was kind of, trying to create my own version of what I want to achieve rather than trying to think of what other people have told me they like, or like, anything like that. So yeah, it's definitely important to try do it for yourself as well, because if you're doing it for yourself, you can keep trying to improve for forever. But if you're doing it for other people can change a lot more, and you have no control over that. So yeah. The other thing is as well, they did say that, they don't really fit the high beauty standard of their country, and they're not pretty or thin, even though they're not bad looking. Sometimes as well, attraction's a bit weird or different, but I think, to me personally, someone who actively tries to present themselves in a positive light, whether that's just by just them taking care of themselves, or like, being dressed in nicely in whatever style or fashion that they like, and just being kind of happy with how they are, can come across as very attractive as well. It doesn't always have to be, okay, this is the standard, the high beauty standard that everyone in this country should be like. And then, if you're not like that, a lot of times just being happy and like going, okay, this is, I'm really happy with who I am. And when you can see that kind of contentment as well, that can come off as a lot more attractive than just, I guess, superficial beauty standards as well. So, I think if you know that your personality is fine, you look fine, it's fine. You don't have to be the prettiest or the thinnest. At the same time, you can a lot of times, if you just present yourself positively as well, a lot of times optimism is like one of the most attractive things as well. When people see someone happy as well, it can also, radiate and help other people just smile or be happy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always, it's a hard one because, everyone's always gonna have, I'm not gonna say every single person, but for most people out there, they're gonna have some kind of insecurities about their looks. I think that's just normal to have. But just know that, one, looks definitely isn't everything. And, a lot of times how you present yourself is a lot of people will find that more attractive than just you being born with the blessed genetics.
Yeah. You could be hot and still be a horrible person.
Mm-hmm.
And that will cancel out.
100%. There's a lot of people out there that are hot but are very unattractive. You know, so just because someone looks, you know, good doesn't mean they're attractive as well.
Yeah.
All right. Can go to the next one.
Ooh. Okay.
I was trying to find the purple heart, and my cursor went to the first thing that was purple. It was an eggplant.
Oh.
I almost
trying to
clicked the
tell me.
eggplant instead of that. It's alright. I clicked the purple heart, guys. I clicked the purple heart.
Freudian slip? Excuse me. Okay. Hi, Uki and Altis. I have a crush on a friend, and I'm 99% sure he doesn't feel the same way because he's very casual and the type to talk with someone one-on-one often, but we hang out in private DM calls and have watched romance anime together, plus other ones, but he was down to watch shoujo with me, so yippee! And I don't know if I should tell him and risk our friendship being awkward or just keep quiet and enjoy what time I have with him. To be fair too, I've only known him for 7 to 8 months and not quite a year. I also think he might feel burdened if I told him. I don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with him either, but more so maybe confess at some point just to get it off my chest instead of hiding it. What do you guys think I should do?
Well, I think this is one of the other things that's very similar in a way to one of the previous questions, where it was kind of like, first you have to work out, do you or do you not want to be in a relationship with him? Sometimes you might be telling yourself, I don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with him. Is that because you're scared that he's not going to accept, and you're, like you say, you're 99% sure he doesn't feel the same way? Or is it actually you don't really want to be in a relationship with him? Because first you gotta figure that out. But because if you don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with him, then I think going into a relationship or asking him out or confessing with vague intentions or not wanting to be in a relationship can be kind of confusing or tricky. Once again, kind of like we were talking about before, sometimes the best things can be just a close friendship rather than being in a relationship. So you kind of have to figure out what you want from this first, because they did say that you have a crush on your friend. I guess you have to kind of define what crush is. Is it you think they're a really cool person and you like being around them, or is it something more? Is it, do you have romantic feelings for them? Because if it's the kind of crush where it's like, oh, they're so cool, I love hanging out with them, maybe it's better just to be just in a friendship But if it's something more where you want to escalate and you do want to get a relationship out of this, but you're scared, then you know, then I think you should definitely, if things are going well, then you can kind of see if because you don't always have to ask someone out straight away. There's questions you can kind of ask that will help you get hints or not whether someone's interested. You don't have to always just be straight out of the blue. I like you. Will you be my significant other?
Yeah.
You know, you can, you know, ask them kind of, you know, what's, you know, you can ask them what their type is, or, you know, if they have if they're into a specific person, or like they, you know, want to be in a relationship at all, or just like their feelings of their general vibe of like relationships. Maybe they don't like it, maybe they trying to look for one. Yeah, and once again, 99% of the time, if you do it correctly, guys, relationship, you won't lose a friendship over confessing if you do it right. Especially if you're friends already. You know, if you, especially because there's difference. Like if you're friends and then you both can, if you both feel that there's definitely strong kind of feelings toward each other, and it's kind of you feel it's mutual, it's a bit different to like if you're friends already and then you start developing feelings but you're not sure about the other person's feelings. You know, I guess you can try and go about it a bit more casual rather than too full on, you know, kind of like I love you, I want to be with you kind of thing from the very start. You know, I think just in this point, I guess my final thing is what you should do is figure out if you want to be in a relationship with this man or not. If you don't want to be, I don't see much point in confessing, or if you do confess, make it a casual kind of like, you know, if I was looking for a relationship, you'd be like the perfect guy. But then, you know, kind of putting it out there straight away. Okay, you're not looking for a relationship, so that he knows that you're not trying to confuse him from the very start. Or, you know, so I guess, yeah, that would be my advice.
At first I was thinking, damn, he does all of that with you. I don't know. It seemed to me like, but, yeah, I agree with everything that you said. I think also feeling like that amount of time, I think you should probably be able to tell, maybe, if there's any inkling. And if not, maybe give it a little more time and see if maybe on further, I guess, contemplation, that maybe it is you just thinking like, oh, this person's really cool, I just want to hang out with them a lot. Or it's like, oh, this is more than just me thinking that this person is cool, I want to be with them. And if you want to confess at some point to just quote unquote get it off your chest instead of hiding it, I think that is something you really need to think long and hard about, because it is such a sensitive thing for both sides that you got to be ready for whatever happens after, because a lot can happen after. You could maybe best case scenario, you know, move forward together afterwards, being like, okay, this is a thing, but since we're close or we're good friends, we can just work through this together. Obviously, if the person feels the same way, then, you know, maybe dating can begin. But if not, then you know, or like if you want to confess for your own like closure, that also, you know, you got to really think about it. What are your intentions with doing that? Because because you don't just want to like put this all on another person, the person that you allegedly really enjoy being with and spending time with, for them to just suddenly, you know, hold, and then you're just kind of like hands off with it, like, these are my feelings, goodbye, or like, you know, do whatever you want with them. That's not cool either. So things might change with time, or along the way of you thinking about things and thinking about what to do. So
yeah, and a lot of time as well, you have to think, even though you're nervous, chances are the other person's nervous as well. When a lot of people think, oh, the other person might not like me because, you know, maybe they're not showing the most obvious signs, a lot of times they also might be thinking the exact same thing as you. They might be going, oh no, I wonder if they like me as well. I'm not sure. And they're trying to figure it out as well. But definitely looking at, especially if you're spending a lot of time together, hanging out in private DM calls, watching romance anime together, and everything. A lot of times, I feel like that can be clear signs that somebody does like you, but you saying that you're 99% sure he doesn't feel the same way can also be you just trying to protect yourself in case he rejects. Even though, you know, just to, it's kind of like that thing is, if you don't get your expectations high, then you'll never be disappointed. I feel like it's kind of like, that's what's happening, where obviously you guys are getting along very well, but the reason you're saying, you know, you don't think he feels this way is just so that, you know, you can kind of tell yourself, okay, I knew it, if he does indeed feel that way. But once again, I think with you guys hanging out so much, as long as you, and I just read in chat as well that you do have romantic feelings for him, you're just scared about being in a relationship. So I think
they just outed themselves.
Yep. But you know, I think it's important to just as long as you go about it, and, you know, obviously don't come off too strong, but if you, because you do want a relationship as well, then I think at the end of the day, it shouldn't, as long as you go about it the right way, it shouldn't really affect your friendship, even if he says no. So yeah, that would be my my advice.
Yeah. So true. I do that all the time. Keep my expectations low so I'm not disappointed.
I mean, it is at the same time, it is kind of, you know, a defense mechanism.
It is.
But sometimes it can work good for us. Sometimes it can jeopardize us as well.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. These
All right.
submissions are very they're very good.
Mm.
They're not like, they're not really like trolly or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Well, I mean, I did try go through. There was way too many submissions. I don't think we can even get through all of the ones that like I picked out. But I did try to
Yeah.
pick most of them. But most of them were actually quite similar. Because I had to speed read through most of them first to see what would be the most interesting or common ones. So a lot of times I try to pick ones that even if it's not like exactly the same, it's close enough to others that like us answering should answer at least like 5 or 6 other questions that people asked along the same vein.
Yeah, true. Okay.
All right. Next one. How do I love myself more? Probably not the vibe of the stream, and I apologize for that. I'm asexual. Lately, been feeling bad about myself a lot. I'm not particularly happy with the person my job is turning me into. I need to add more self-love routine into my life. Any advice?
Girl, you're asking the wrong person. No, self-love counts as love advice. Don't feel bad about that. I'll be honest, I cannot really answer this question because this is like something I am currently also working on. Especially like with my therapist. So I can try and give you some things in terms of like adding more self-love routines into your life, because there's a lot of people like us out there that don't feel great about ourselves, and we don't really love ourselves 1 2 3. So something that you, let's see, self-love routines. I honestly, I don't want to tell you, look in the mirror every morning and say something that you like about yourself, blah blah blah. Because I don't even do that. So I don't want to tell you something that I wouldn't do. But thinking about something that you do like to do and just going, like maybe there's that one class that you want to take that maybe you think I wouldn't really be that good at it, but it's something that I really like watching people do or stuff like that. Just go and take the class, because everyone is there for the same reason, because you like whatever the class is about. And even if you're not that good at it, nobody is good at anything from the get-go like that, so like I really love going to cafes. Everyone know, like a lot of people know this about me, but I don't always have somebody to go with. So part of a self-love routine for me is finding a nice cafe that maybe I've always wanted to visit and just going by myself and just trying to enjoy whatever I want to enjoy there, because it's just me. I don't have to be like, well, since I'm with somebody else or with 2 other people or whatever, we don't have to share certain things or avoid certain things. I'm there by myself. I can get whatever drink I want, whatever I want to try, stuff like that. What other self-love routines? It's already like quite bad that it's taking me so long to think of them. But I think for those of you that don't know, there's like Japan has these eye masks that steam up when you open them and when you put it over your eyes. To me,
oh yeah, the ones that get warm.
Yeah. Sometimes they give it to you on the plane too. I think that going out of your way to get something like that to pamper yourself and take care of yourself is amazing self-love, even if it's a small thing. You know, social media always glamorizes self-care as like doing all this shit for yourself that is extravagant, doing a fucking 50-step routine, putting a 24 karat gold mask on your face or whatever. Trust me, just get these eye masks. You just gotta rip it open it up, and put it on. And then just lay back and just enjoy.
Very relaxing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just enjoy having your eyes closed, not having to look at the world for a moment, and feeling the warmth of the steam. And that's like your moment for yourself. You don't have to, you don't have to splurge. You don't have to buy cream with gold flakes in it or anything. It doesn't even need to be an eye mask. You could just get like something simple. You get hand cream or something. Putting on hand cream is like self-care. That's something I'm doing actually. Because I realized it's so cold that my skin is becoming like a lizard, and me ignoring that is part of the whole self-hatred thing. But being able to pay attention to that and put on hand cream with the purpose is also self-care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In terms of, for my advice, honestly, for this as well, I would say that also kind of I guess defining for yourself and being realistic about what self-love is can help a lot as well. A lot of times people think that you know, when I get to the point where I love myself, everything's gonna be sunshine and rainbows. I'm never gonna hate myself. I will always be happy with how I look and everything. But that's definitely not the case. Like, I would say for the most part, for me at the moment, I would say I definitely do. I'm quite happy with myself. You know, I would say I do love myself, and you know, I'm quite confident in my body. But at the same time, there's days where I may wake up, I look in the, you know, get to the bathroom, wash my face, and I look in the mirror, I'm like, holy crap, I look good. And then you know, literally the next day, I might look the exact same, but sometimes I look in the exact same mirror and be like, why am I so ugly? And you know, I think, you know, improving on self-love and everything is more just it's kind of like trying to have more of the good days than bad days, because it's not like it's gonna be a it's not like an absence of anything negative or anything like that. But it's more, I think, because I think just as humans, we're always going to have some kind of self-doubt and some insecurities. But trying to have more positive than negative thoughts, I think, is more, I guess, something that you can try set as your goal. Might be, more attainable than trying to be 1,000% happy all the time with who you are. So, yeah, I think you say that reading the question, you're not particularly happy with the person your job is turning you into. I think you also got to figure out what kind of person is your job turning you into, and is that something that you can prevent? Is there any ways that you can stop yourself from doing that? Maybe is it because your job is, once again, I don't have much information to go here, but if your job is making you super stressed and that's making you lash out at the smallest things for, like, at all of your friends or family or loved ones, and that's what you hate for what your job is turning you into, then finding ways to de-stress and finding small things that where you have happy shared experiences with your friends or family or loved ones, instead of lashing out at them, to kind of realize as well that you are, you're not always like that. That can also help address the situation, I guess. Yeah, it's a hard one. Just know that everyone is worthy, I guess, of improving themselves and being loved and loving themselves. Especially if you're trying to become a better person. That's pretty much the only thing anyone can ask of themselves. So I think you just have to reflect on what it is about your job or anything else that's turning you into something that you don't like, and working on ways to counteract that. Or sometimes as well, maybe finding a new job can also help a lot. Removing yourself from a toxic environment if possible. I know it's not always possible. Sometimes, jobs are hard to find and it's not easy to just move to a new job, but potentially looking into those kind of routes or other solutions may help you as well. But there's a lot of things you can do to fix it. I guess you have to reflect and identify what the problem is first. Then you can go ahead on trying to at least try different steps to see if it works.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. I just thought it was kind of funny. So, a bit different.
Hold on, I'm gonna leave it on the screen and I'm gonna go pee.
All right. Oh, good. Take your time. I know, he's too far away. Yeah. Bum. Hey. But I hope everyone has been finding this sort of useful or interesting. Once again, guys, these are just our own opinions on things. Doesn't mean they're right, doesn't mean they're wrong. We just you know, trying to share our thoughts on these kind of situations. But you know, obviously we can't answer the can't give the most detailed and helpful answers without knowing the full story. But you know, that's gonna be very hard to understand everyone. Just remember that context matters, guys. Definitely a lot of context. We can just get a general overview, but you would know the best in your own context of what is generally right or wrong for you as well. But hope everyone's doing good today. But yeah, hopefully as well. Free therapy. Not sure if this really counts as therapy or not, but honestly, I'm really glad that I can collab and hang out with Uki on stream. Definitely, I'm really thankful that in Japan as well, I got to hang out with him quite a lot. But hopefully in the future we'll also play fun games as well.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dorito. It's my turn?
All right. Yeah, it's your turn for this one.
There's this really hot Dorito built nerd in my local gym. Where? What gym? I want to approach him, but I don't know how to riz him. I don't know if I actually like him or if I just love his massive pecs. Please help me. How do you even start approaching someone who's textbook attractive and looks like he enjoys calculus? How do I even attract/chase a musclehead nerd? I look forward to your advice, Riz parents.
All right. As a certified gym goer, my advice would be, once again, in these kind of situations, guys, stuff like pickup lines and everything, most likely not gonna work. They could work if you have enough, you know, wit and charm, but most of the time, guys, if you keep seeing someone at your local gym, I feel like judging by you saying that there's a guy at your local gym, you see them at least somewhat often at the gym. Just like anything, you don't have to rush into things. Just slowly building a relationship, a friendship up, so that you can, you know, once again, he may be hot, but at the same time, he may be a complete asshole. You don't know that.
He also might be crazy.
You've just seen him pick up heavy weights, put them back down. Yes, I know he has big pecs. Don't let that distract you. But just saying hi, or like, you know, even potentially for asking him for a spot if you're doing a particularly heavy lift or anything. And small interactions first, and then from there you can just say hi every time you see him at the gym and work, you know, slowly from there, get closer. It doesn't have to be straight away you ask him for a coffee date or you ask him for his number or anything. You know, especially if you know that you're gonna see him, you've seen him multiple times at the gym already. One of the ways, which is least creepy, is to get to know someone first. And just you know, just be casual about it. You know, you're both at the gym, so you're already winning. You have something in common. You like going to the gym. So at least you know there's something already. But you know, maybe if he's a hot Dorito built nerd, so I guess he's already quite familiar with the gym. If you don't know anything, maybe ask him for some tips, or like, start slow, I guess. You can take your time. If he's at the gym and he's that built, it means he's going to be at the gym for quite a while. He should be coming back often. So, my advice is don't rush things. Get to know someone first before you pursue anything else. You don't have to have this amazing Riz line or make him fall for you straight away. Sometimes just getting to know someone, you already have a common interest, you might go from there.
Yeah. So, can you spot me?
Anytime for you, Yuki.
I like that you gave a real answer. Because I don't, if I want to give a real answer, I don't have one. I don't go to the gym. I don't know anything about gym culture or etiquette. So I'm just at home in my little box. And sometimes maybe I'll go downstairs to walk on the treadmill.
I'll take you to the gym.
Oh my god, yes please.
I'll show you how to work out. Anytime.
Why do you say it like that?
What? Say it like what?
Nothing.
Of course. I've got lots of exercises I think you could do.
Okay. I'll do my best.
I mean, that's all I can ask for, right? All right, next question. Okay, there is still quite a lot. I don't think we're gonna get through all of the ones I sent you. Maybe just like a few more, then we can chat a little bit and finish.
Okay.
Just because there are way too many, and I already like cut it down by like so much.
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate everyone who sent in questions. I apologize for not being able to get through all of them. There's just a limited time we have, but I hope we could answer a lot of at least give some general advice.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So, hi, Otis and Uki. My situation is that I've been single for my whole life. I've never had a crush on anyone, and no one has asked me out yet. My question is, should I focus on studies and career, or should I try to get in a relationship now? I'm afraid if I wait too long, I might miss my chance to find a partner. Right now, I'm in my first year of uni.
Easy answer. Focus on yourself and keep doing your own thing. You have lots of time, especially since you're only in your first year of uni. Don't worry. Focus on yourself. Get yourself right first before you think about looking for someone or accepting someone. You got a lot of time. And like I said before in the stream, just keep doing your own thing, do it well, and somebody will see that and want to be part of that and meet you along the way. Especially as your first year of uni. You gotta focus up.
Yeah, I agree. You say you're afraid if you wait too long, you might miss your chance to find a partner. You're very, very, very young. You don't have to worry. First year uni, you've still got your whole life ahead of you. And don't rush these things. Like we said before, it's much better to focus on yourself and better yourself than rush and get into a bad relationship. Don't, yeah. You know, I strongly believe you should get into a relationship because you feel like you're ready for one and that's what you want in life, not because you feel like you're gonna miss out. Don't FOMO yourself into a relationship.
Yes. Because remember what we said before. Better to be single and work on yourself than to get into the wrong relationship. It took me a second to remember.
Yes, and honestly as well, if you think about it, trying to get into a relationship because you're scared of missing out. If your partner told you that's why they were with you, how would you feel as well? That if your partner said that they were scared of not finding someone, and that's the reason they're with you, how would that feel to you? Because if you think that, okay, you wouldn't feel great about that, then at the same time, obviously you should try not to do that to other people as well. You want to get into a relationship because you're ready for it and you feel like it's the right person, not because you're gonna miss out. So you also gotta think, remember, relationship is more than one person. You have to think about the other person as well.
Yeah.
And their feelings and their thoughts. Otherwise, there's no point of being in a relationship. So make sure you try, I guess, think about things from their point of view as well. But definitely for this one, focus on yourself.
Agree.
All right, I think just 2 more, then we'll finish the questions.
Okay.
All right, second to last one is...
My partner is a big extrovert. They love spending time around others in VCs. Though I'm an introvert and although I love my friends, I can't handle being around so many people so often, causing me to be tired and socially drained. I miss one-on-one time with my partner. How do you think I should tell them I want to spend more time with them without others around?
All right, this to me is an easy answer, which is exactly what you just said. You just tell them exactly what you said at the end. Tell them, hey, I want to spend more time with you without other people around. I value our one-on-one time. Could we please have more of that? That's literally all it has to be. Be direct. You don't have to be pushy about it. You don't have to, if you're just like genuine about your feelings and, you're trying to, tell them about, it would make you happy if you could do that. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just communication, nice and direct so they understand what's going on. Say that, yes, of course, they can have time for hanging out with their friends in VCs, but you would also like some time for yourself and them to be alone one-on-one time. That's all it is.
Yeah. Communication. Like I said, over communication is better than none. So just tell them. And especially if they are your partner and they understand that you're an introvert and all of that, then they will 100% understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I can't imagine any situations where you just tell them those kind of words and they say no.
If they say no, then you might want to reevaluate the relationship.
Yeah, if they actually said no to that, I feel like that's a huge red flag. Once again, it's not like you're trying to stop them from hanging out in big VCs or anything.
Yeah.
But just requesting that you're happy and you really would like to spend some one-on-one time, that's all. Just, be direct, be straightforward, and as long as you have a healthy relationship, everything should be fine. Yes, once again, no one is a mind reader. That's very good advice. No one's a mind reader. As much as you think, and some media has kind of made it seem like, oh, to be romantic or to be, if someone really loves you, they'll know what you're thinking. That is not true at all, guys. Please. It is much more romantic and better if you tell someone what they like and they go out of their way to do it. In my opinion, is much better than them trying to just guess what you like without and trying to read your mind. There's nothing wrong with saying what you like and then having your partner fulfill those wishes, and a lot of people are like, oh, but then I said it, so they're just doing it because I said it. That is a good point. If you said something you like and they're doing it, that should be more of a green flag or more of a good point. Because they're going out of their way to do something that you like. So I think, a lot of times people have that kind of twisted a bit where they're always like, oh, I don't want to tell them, they have to do it themselves. It's much better if you tell them. Communication, guys.
Yeah. I understand that it's kind of romanticized. It's nice when somebody really does know you like that. But nobody is perfect. Nobody will know 100% of the time, Somebody might know you enough to be right most of the time, but they won't get it every time. You can't expect that and then get mad that maybe they didn't understand the way that you wanted them to. Sometimes you gotta take a moment and help the other person understand what you're trying to say or do or whatever, and for what reason, etc.
I agree. Yes. I mean, once again, there's nothing wrong with trying to surprise someone with doing something nice or trying to guess what they like and everything. But it's kind of like also not getting angry at someone if they don't. I think is more the point I was trying to make as well. That it's always nice to receive little gifts or when someone knows what you want without you having to say it. But that's always appreciated. But if someone's not doing something and they don't know, communication's always good. The first thing you should go to fix that, rather than getting angry that they're not doing something even though you haven't told them.
Yeah.
All right, the last one for today. All right, the last one is: would you rather your partner be good with words or good with actions? Or rather they just be okay at both, assuming they can't improve on what they're lacking?
Ooh. Good with action. Because something that I used to think a lot about is that words without action are dead. So yeah, action. Because they could have a silver tongue but not do anything. And that would probably be worse than not really saying anything, but actually doing something about it. So I'd rather somebody do than just say that they will and not do it.
Okay. I think for me personally, I would rather they just be okay at both rather than really good with words or really good with actions. Once again, as long as you have, you don't have to have the most flowery words with communication or anything. As long as you're direct and can get your point across, I think that's very important. That's definitely, you don't have to be great at it, but as long as your point comes across, that is fine. And same thing, like you said, it can't just be all words, because there's too many people that are all words and they can't back up with action. But at the same time, I feel like I used to kind of think it's action's the most important thing. But in relationships, it's a lot based on emotion rather than logic. And for emotion, I feel like words definitely affect emotions a lot. So a complete lack of words as well, even though I definitely agree action is more important than words. But I think at the same time, in my opinion, you still need to be okay with your words.
Yeah, that's true.
If a relationship wants to really work out, because even if you're not great with it, you still need that communication. Yeah, because words, even if sometimes they're not the most logical thing, sometimes people still need to hear, or it's nice for them to hear certain things.
I forgot about that option, so you're kind of convincing me to switch over. It's good to have balance. Although I do prefer action.
Yeah, I agree. I would say action is more important than words, but I think you do need a balance of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many people with a lot of words and no action.
True. Too many people talking shit and not doing anything about it. They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk.
But yeah, that's pretty much all of the questions that we'll go through today for the marshmallows, at least. Maybe we can have just a little bit of time, as long as you're not too sleepy. I know it's getting kind of late for you. So please let me know if you're too tired as well, but maybe like 5 to 10 minutes of just if chat has any questions or anything they want to talk about as well while we're here.
Yeah.
Maybe they can ask something that we can just try and answer on the spot.
Yeah, sure.
So, Stargazers, that's interest. If you have any questions for us.
Maybe I'll switch screens.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I see a lot of people talking about love languages. and asking, what's your love language?
My love language?
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken that test before?
I don't think I have actually.
I don't remember what I got in that test. Because it's been a long time. Wait. I think my top one was like quality time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I value spending time together.
Maybe I should try to do the test as well.
Yeah. It's nice to do every like few years, I guess, because sometimes you can change your viewpoint and stuff.
Alright. But without doing the test, just knowing the like five different love languages, I think there are. I think for mine personally is personally I like for me it's acts of service. I think yeah, that would be mine, where I enjoy spoiling people. That's kind of what makes me happy. Like, you know, if I had a partner, when I have a partner, for me it's definitely I mean, you know, obviously there's a bit of other things as well, but it's definitely I like spoiling people.
Oh.
You thought it was okay. Everyone's saying physical touch. Okay, guys. That may be a strong second, but you know, maybe the acts of service also include physical touch. Okay.
True.
You know, that is also an act of service. Okay.
I can be of service. I'm open to being spoiled as well.
That's about the only thing. We know what you did in the off collab. What off collab? What are you talking about? Uki's face. Look at it. Look at Uki's face. Amazing. Gorgeous. You know, I think oh yeah, remind me after the stream, but I have other fun ideas. I would like to collab with you in the future on as well. I just remembered. I don't want to spoil it now.
Okay.
But I think it'd be quite fun as well.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, let me type it to you right now.
Okay.
This that could be a very fun stream.
could.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we can maybe try set that up for the future as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Maybe I can be the one so that you can guide me.
Alright, you want me to guide you for it? Okay. You know what, we can do that. Maybe we can take turns. I'll be the first one. I'll guide you first. I will instruct you in the ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Personal teaching.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna be a very good student. I think you're gonna listen well.
Yeah, I'm a very good listener.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think we can, knowing both our skills in this certain topic, I think we can create something really good out of it.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but it's exactly what you're thinking, guys. Whatever it is, yes, that's it. That's what we're planning to do.
As long as if I can hold your hands again.
Oh, anytime. You know what? If we're in Japan at the same time again in the future, 100% I want to do some kind of off collab hang cam.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for it, but I'd love to do that. Hopefully our schedules align this year sometime.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People asking me if Stargazers asking if they're getting a father.
Well, I don't know. I'm always here for Uki. You just have to wait for the off collab to see what happens.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, if you just have to wait for the off collab, and we will see. Who knows what happens in off collabs? I know you were in chat when I was doing that off collab with Nayu and Rice.
Yeah, I was.
And that was, I don't know how that VOD's still up, but that was a crazy off collab.
I wish I was in the room.
Next time we do that, I will invite you there as well. You can join in on the chaos. Mm-hmm. Alright, but I know it is late for you, so thank you so much for joining me. I really, really enjoyed spending time with you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, this would definitely not be the first and only. This will be one of many. We'll definitely do lots of collabs in the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We will. Thank you for spending time with me too.
Mm-hmm.
I could just listen to you talk all day.
Same though. Like you kind of know. As much as I can, whenever I see, if I'm awake at the time, sometimes I'm sleeping, but if I'm awake and you're streaming, I've always got your stream on in the background.
I know.
Well.
I get so nervous when you are in the chat.
Yeah, I just kind of like chat a bit, but then I'm just like, I'm there, just like. But your voice is also so confident and so relaxing to listen to.
Yours is so nice to listen to that at a certain point during the stream, actually, I was falling asleep.
I feel like a lot of people tend to say that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm glad you find my voice comforting.
I find you comforting in a lot of ways.
Maybe one day we can do another ZATSU and we can talk about our Japan adventures. I'm sure there's gonna be many more to come in the future.
Yeah. We'll have to do more things together before then, so we have a lot to talk about.
That's gotta get in all of the experiences, so we have lots to talk about. I mean, be stuff we can't talk about. Well, we can talk about it in code, just like we were doing before, you know?
True.
We'll be like, remember that time on that couch with that thing?
Oh my god. Stop spoiling.
Alright, but I really appreciate you taking the time to collab with me. I had a good time, and definitely, once again, make sure we'll have lots of collabs in the future. But guys, adventurers, don't forget to go check out Uki as well. I'm pretty sure his link or @ is in the description box below. But please go give him all the love and support. But thank you so much for joining me, Uki.
Thank you, and everyone on my chat also. Go and visit him. I put your @ in the title. So it's easy.
Wait, and do the ads work in the title? I feel like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Hopefully it works. Well, if it doesn't, youtube.com/ and then copy it. It works.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, it works. Nice. I will put your name in the title after the stream then as well, so people can click on it.
Okay.
But it is also in the description box, guys. Alright, thank you for joining me, everyone.
Thank you.
Otsu Psionic.
Otsu Psionic. I'm gonna check the tag.
I wonder if there's gonna be anything in the tag. Not sure if the tag's taken or not. I just know that it's a cute name for us. Alright.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Woo. Bum 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 bum. That's all.